I'm Cayne Layton and I'm a final year PhD student at the Institute for Marine and Antarctic Studies at the University of Tasmania. And I study the population ecology and the resilience of kelp forests. Kelp forests are incredibly important ecosystems. They have extraordinary levels of productivity and biodiversity, and kelp are really the foundation species of the rocky reef communities found around the globe. As part of my PhD, we've installed an array of artificial reefs at Maria Island on the east coast of Tasmania. The aim of these reefs is to investigate the effects of habitat fragmentation of kelp forests due to climate change. Onto these 28 reefs, which are at a depth of 7 metres and span an area over 1.5 hectares, we've transplanted over 500 adult kelp. And as far as we know, this is the first time anyone has ever transplanted kelp on this scale. The reefs were constructed in a range of different sizes and the kelp was transplanted in a range of different densities. And this allows us to examine kelp habitats in a range of stages of health, from big and dense and healthy, all the way to small and sparse and degraded. What we found was that healthy kelp forests appear to facilitate their own resilience by modifying the physical environment, like the light levels and sediment. And specifically, these modifications actually help the juvenile kelp and the future generations. And this was very clearly demonstrated by the fact that some of our reefs are now self-sustaining. There are natural juvenile kelp coming through on these reefs that will grow and replace the adult kelp which we transplanted. And that's really exciting to see. The flip side to this, however, is that these internal feedbacks or resilience mechanisms start to break down once the patch size is reduced to a certain size or the kelp is reduced to a certain density. And so once kelp forests are degraded to a certain point, below a certain threshold, the decline is really very rapid and it's in a downward spiral. The reefs have been installed for almost 2 years now, as of November 2016, and they're absolutely teeming with life. Fishes, other algae, juvenile kelp, octopus, oysters, you name it. This project was designed to provide a lot of that fundamental knowledge about kelp forest ecology and fill a lot of those really important knowledge gaps which will help us better conserve and restore these ecosystems into the future. We're hoping that our findings and our transplanting methods will act as a platform for future restoration efforts and really help restore resilience to these amazing underwater habitats.